Game of the year, no doubt about it. Double overtime. Spurs win 122, 115. Just a back and forth physical game all night long. There was no time where we knew this team was going to win here. They're blowing away. Back and forth game of the year. We got spectacular performances from plenty of people. Wembanyama dropped, what was it? Let me get this right. Just because the game just ended, initial reaction. He dropped 41 and 24. I said he was going to have a 30-20 game. We're in the first quarter. Three blocks, had a timely block at the end on Jalen Williams. Um, Probably talk about another man of the hour, Alex Caruso. I mean, you got to give it, even though they lost, 31, 8 threes, had 10 in the first quarter. Um, Played what I would say immaculate defense, had a stop on Stephon Castle at the end of overtime. Um, Sent him double overtime. Played good defense for as much as you could do on Wembanyama. I thought the backside was pretty bad for his help, but I thought Caruso played amazing. He was definitely their MVP of the game. But just what a game overall in general. Um, First, let me start off with my reactions to the winning side. In that first half, man, back and forth physical. Spurs won the season 4-1 against the Thunder. Blew them out two times, I believe. Thunder beat them once. And people come into this series. I think a lot of people have the Spurs winning this series due to the regular season matchup, and then just no one really wants to see the Thunder to win. But sometimes you can't go off of bias, and I think the biggest component of who's going to win this matchup is the role players in the bench, how they contribute, and then how can the Thunder stop Wemby. Those are the two biggest X factors. For the first one, the role players, the bench players. The Spurs had no Fox tonight, but Dylan Harper got a start, rookie. We all know what he can do, and he played great, man. For a rookie in his first playoff start against the reigning national championships away at Paycom Center, he played well. 24, 11, 6, only one turnover, and and he had 7 steals. He had 7 steals, dude. When I say he was amazing. He was like a linebacker. He had X factor lurker on. He was amazing in just that backside reading the passing lanes. He played the gap well. He played the backside well. He gave the Spurs so many extra possessions, and that helped him out, especially in that fourth and third quarter. He played amazing. He was a little rattled, fast paced, him and Castle, which is like okay, like it's like the Western Conference Finals, first time you've been here. Blazers didn't give you much of a crazy matchup. Wolves were banged up. Now you come to the Thunder, you come to Paycom Center, you're playing against Case and Wallace, Lou Dort, Caruso, Shea, the world's best perimeter defenders. You're gonna get rattled, you're gonna get shaken up, you're gonna get fast, like you're gonna get sped up. But they played well. Harper kind of slowed the game down a little bit when he could. 24, 11, 6, 7 steals. What was it? One turnover, I believe. Yeah, he just played well. Um, Not much you could say about that. Uh, Big offensive rebounds at the end, big cuts. Shot the ball, didn't shoot the ball too well, but he got downhill. He got to the rack. He got to the free throw line a lot. Drew a lot of fouls. And without Fox, I mean, he stepped up, man. He played well, and I'm still in awe of how great that game was. Um, get on to the rest of the bench for the Spurs. They brought in a couple guys. Carter Bryant played about 15 minutes. Rookie also. He played great defense on Shea. I thought, and especially in that first half, Shea only had 4 points. Shea had a terrible night, in my opinion. Carter Bryant played good defense, hit a three. Um, he's gonna get those like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even less with Fox coming back. But also, next guy, Keldon Johnson, sixth man of the year. He's been that spark plug for the Spurs against the Thunder all year. I think he had multiple 25 plus point per games. Um, he had 13 tonight. They didn't really call his name when it got to the overtime periods because that five was just rolling, rolling, rolling. They played great defense. They rebounded well, but Keldon Johnson had a good night. 13 points. Got downhill. Shot the ball pretty well. Had some big threes in the fourth and third quarter. And then the other guys, Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett did not have a good game at all. He was Dropped a couple balls, bad defense, got benched by Jared McCain. Like Jared McCain, you get benched by Jared McCain? Bad. But overall, man, Spurs played well. Champagne and Vassell, two guys that um you're there to play defense, rebound, and then hit timely shots. Hit the shots when they're open. And even though they shot 6 for 20 combined from three, I still say they hit some big shots in towards the end. Champagne hit that big corner three. Vassell hit a couple threes in the fourth quarter. It was just big overall. And then back to the Spurs, or back to the guard play. Stephon Castle, no De'Aaron Fox. Even though he's been a point guard most of the playoffs and most of the year, he still shares that role with Fox, and Fox is the veteran, so he doesn't really get sped up too much. He's been around the league for about 9 years now. Um, Stephon Castle definitely got sped up. He was definitely a little rattled, but towards the end, he played a little bit better. He did have 11 turnovers, but he also had 11 assists. Um, had a big one, and Wemby on the lob, the backhand lob on Caruso towards the end. 17 points, got downhill a little bit, but he can be more efficient, more rattled. Didn't have the greatest game. Got beat a little bit by Shea, but I mean it's MVP. It's okay. Um, Biggest thing for Castle, you just gotta slow down. Don't get sped up. I definitely understand that. I mean, you're a second year player, it's your um, what first playoff year, and you're playing against the reigning national champions. It's okay. 11 turnovers, but you had 11 assists. Still a great defender. Still could sit down. Um, Played 50 minutes. It's crazy game. Wow. And then man of the hour, Wembanyama, 41 to 24, 3 blocks. Um, yeah, in that first half, my biggest thing for like, even though the Spurs are up, I think they were up 7.5, maybe four. Um, Wembanyama didn't get the ball too much. Like there was so many possessions that would go like 3 to 5 possessions down and back where Wemby didn't even touch the ball. And the Thunder are playing Caruso on him. They were playing J Dub a lot in the first half on him. That those two were switching off, and then you have Chet, maybe Hardenstein when he played, Jalen Williams. Those two barely played, but Chet a lot on the backside. So if they got beat, Chet would be there to protect the rim. He didn't really touch the ball on the first half. I think he had 16 and 10. Um, but then that second half, Harper and Castle started using the screens, hitting Wemby on the roll, hitting Wemby on the high post, high elbow, and he just went to work. He got to the free throw line so much in that third quarter. Um, it just, damn, he just killed Chet. Chet was getting bitched all night. Chet's bad. Chet had a terrible night, but I mean, Wemby to come down, and Wemby to come down to overtime and hit that pull up three in transition with 26 seconds to go. Psh, boy, had me on the edge of my seat, jump up and down. Boy, I was, oh man, like what a joy to watch that. Like that you get to live in this time to watch that. Like it's like 7 foot, what 5, 6 doing that. That's crazy. And let's talk about the Thunder real quick, and then we'll get into the breakdown of the game. Shea, 4 points in the first half. He was about like 2 for 10. Didn't have a good third quarter. Um, fourth quarter overtime, he didn't do much, and then but that last like 2 to 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, clutch player of the year for a reason. Got a nice little inside scoop. Got two of them actually. Got to the free throw line a lot, and then the fourth quarter, and he brought him back. He rallied him. Hit a big step back three. Hit a big step back mid range. Rallied him back. Got him to overtime. Got him back in the game. Um, but you definitely need more from him. In overtime, he did not show up. Um, he was. I don't think he scored, or maybe he scored like a couple free throws, but I don't think he scored like a field goal. You can fact check me on that. But this was the game where it's like the Spurs. I mean, this is two great head coaches, Mitch Johnson, Mark Daigneault. Spurs. They want to get Wemby out. I mean, not Wemby. They want to get Shea out the game. That's their game plan. Rely on other people to score. Rely on other people to beat them. So I mean, you put Castle, you put Carter Bryant, you put your best defender on Shea. You send that double, and you force Casey Wallace, you force Caruso, force Lou Dort to hit these open threes that maybe even Lou Dort can't hit. They won't hit efficiently, except Caruso was banging tonight. What 8 for 14, 9 for 14, something crazy. Um, This is a game where Shea needs to be a point guard, and he had 12 assists, I believe, and he did a decent job at it. I thought he could have done better. There's a lot of times like in the transition where you get the numbers game, you get a 2-on-1 or you get a 3-on-2, and he kind of becomes a little selfish and takes it himself. And it's like you have Caruso on the backside, you have J Dub running with you have Chet running with you. Why don't you just dump it off, get an easy bucket instead of trying to force a tough left hand layup? Those are like 4 to 6 points on the board that he just left off. um, I thought that he could have done better on that. In the third quarter, he messed up a couple possessions. I thought try to force shots because he's like, oh, I got 4 points. He tried to force a couple. In the fourth quarter, overtime, he did two. I think he had a big air ball on the step back. Like, I know you're the MVP, but I mean, J Dub had a great game. Caruso had a great game. I would say to run some sets first, not like just an ISO, especially when you haven't been shooting well. You're not in a groove. We're 50 minutes. You play 50 play 51 minutes. You're gassed, you're tired. A step back from 30 feet is not a good shot. But that's where he can improve, I believe, being a point guard, fulfilling that role. That's what he's going to have to do this series because the Spurs are going to put um, their best defender and a double on him. And he just needs to create, which leads to my point where when I said the bench is the biggest X factor, the bench and the role players, can you knock down those open shots? Because Shea and Wemby, they're going to get the full attention of the defense. And for the Thunder, I would say they, besides Caruso, they didn't really knock down the open shots. Um, too much. Caruso hitting 8 threes is just nuts. 31 points, MVP right there for them. He did all he could, but I mean, guys like Case and Wallace hit down open three, shot 40%. That's great. Sat down, played defense. Jared McCain, he came in. They trusted him. They saw what he could do in the Lakers series, and they trusted him more in this first game over Isaiah Joe, which I don't know if I'll say surprised, but I know if Isaiah Joe gets out there, Isaiah Joe's hitting at least 3 or 4 threes, no matter what the circumstance is. Whether he gets 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he's gonna go out there and bang stuff. But like the Thunder just had a couple of disappointing guys. Like I said, Shea. Now I want to talk about Chet. Um, you just got paid 5 years, what 250, first year All Star, and you're playing. Let's say your rival, your arch nemesis, Wembanyama. You cannot go out here and drop 8 points, 8 rebounds, uh, 2 blocks. Not a good game. He had that great block on Wemby. I believe it was in the end of regulation. I think it was great block, great play. But besides that, I mean, he was getting pitched on the outside. Wemby was just dunking on him. Like, I mean, I know it's hard, but that's where you gotta be physical. But Chet is skinny. Like me and him got the same arms. Like it's bad. And Chet's offensive was bad. Offensive game was bad. In double overtime, he had like a possession where he dribbled for 15 seconds, like, and he's got a shot clock violation. Bad shot. He got sat on. Like that is not what you need, especially in double overtime. And then having 8 rebounds, Wembanyama having 24 of them. And think about this: 9 of them. He had more offensive rebounds than Chet had rebounds in total. You can't do that. You got to be physical. You got to put a body on him, and that's where the whole Thunder team comes around. When you're playing a guy like Wembanyama, the whole team has to crash. You can't have anybody leaking out. Like that's like those 9 offensive rebounds probably turned into at least what 12 points, at least, if not 18. So you everybody has to crash because those 18 points, you eliminate half of those, you win this game. Everybody has to crash. You cannot leak out, which is a thing like J Dub does a lot. Um, they just run that floor, which is fine. But when you're playing like against any other team, that's fine. Wembanyama is not fine. But and then the other disappointing guy for the Thunder, in my opinion, was AJ Mitchell. You just come off the best series of your life. People were like, "Oh, this is gonna be that star point guard that the Thunder trade. He's gonna turn into a star point guard somewhere else, or he's gonna win a bag." This and that. He averaged what 22 and 7 in the Lakers series, and you come out here, you play 34 minutes and get 4 points. You have more fouls than points. It's not a good thing to do. Um, I don't know whether it was he just wasn't aggressive enough, but or maybe it was the fact that he looked maybe a little scared to get to the rack on Wemby. A lot of people on the Thunder were in like very reasonable. Everybody I think was, and maybe except J Dub and Caruso were scared to get to the rack and drive on Wemby. But maybe that's the thing that you need to you need to work on. Maybe you need to go in the film room and be like, okay, how can we get Wemby in foul trouble? Attacking him. That will get him in foul trouble. See what he wants to do. See if he wants to jump one game. If you get Wemby in foul trouble, you kind of eliminate a big part of the Spurs on defense and offense. And then you have to make him rely on other guys to score the ball. So, um, like I said, it's a big head coaching adjustment. Game two will be a just a chess battle between Mark Daigneault and Coach Mitch Johnson. But it'll be interesting to see the substitutions for the Thunder again. Like Caruso just had 31. Like, what are you gonna do with him? Are you gonna maybe? I mean, I've always thought that Lou Dort should have been off the bench and Caruso would start, or maybe Case and Wallace. I don't know. It's very it's iffy. It's iffy, but because Caruso could do the same things as Lou Dort and he shoots the ball extremely better. And in the season, Spurs let Caruso shoot the ball. They were like, "Oh, we'll live with that." And tonight they could not live with that. But uh what a great game, man. Wembanyama just being physical, like I said in that first half, didn't get much usage. In the second half, he had Caruso on him a lot, and he was just physical, pushing him out the way, getting to the high elbow, getting him on his back, getting the ball up here, drop step, and one, just great footwork by Wemby. Uh, just a great game, and I'm ready for game two. It's gonna be a deadly nice series, and it's gonna be a start of a newborn rivalry. Newborn rivalry. I cannot say that word. A newborn rival, playoff rival. Um, Not much else to say besides just what a great game. J Dub had a good game off the back of his injury. Bet he wished he would have made that shot at the end of overtime to send him home. But Spurs go up 1-0, take it back to Thunder Wednesday night. I got Spurs in 7. I've had it from the jump. Um, I think the Spurs are the better team. They're the only team that can really match the Thunder in a 7-game series. But last thing to talk about before we end the night, because it is late, it's 12 o'clock. Um, Cleveland Cavaliers and the Knicks play tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Knicks prices are extremely high. Um, I don't know where all these people in New York get that money from, because rent is high. But I'm gonna take in that series. I think I'm gonna take the Knicks. I think I'm gonna take the Knicks in 7. I think we're getting a game 7 in Madison Square Garden. Um, I think Brunson's gonna be able to abuse whoever they put on him because I think it's gonna be a mismatch battle with Harden and Mitchell guarding whoever they guard on that team because I think all of them are offensive weapons. Whoever starts over there, OG, Josh Hart, Mikel, Cat, they all Jalen Brunson, they all contribute in their own way. Like even if you put like your worst defender on Josh Hart, he'll blow by you, get a nice little paint touch. He'll score it. He'll make the right kick, and Jalen Brunson is gonna kill whoever they put on him, whether it's Dean Wade, Max Strus. I think maybe Max Strus is your best bet because you're not putting Evan Mobley on him. It's hard because he's gonna go crazy in the mid post game. He's more physical than James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. It'll be a nice battle, but Donovan Mitchell and James Harden definitely gonna need to step it up on the score end. Cannot have a lot of these duds that they had towards the end of the Pistons series. They got lucky, they scraped by, but um, and then we can turn it over to the big man battle. I think the Knicks probably will go a lot of Mitchell Robinson cat minutes to match Mobley and Jared Allen. Um, and if you do that, I think Mobley and Jared Allen got to be aggressive. This is where you can get Cat in foul trouble easily. Cat fouls a lot. Mitch Robinson can too. And if you get one of them in foul trouble, or even both of them, they have to contribute, or they have to point to a backup center, or even just risking moments where you get free buckets because Cat doesn't want to foul. So I think the bigs have to be aggressive, and I think that's where the playoff series goes to is the battle of the bigs. So it'll be a good playoff series. I think whoever wins the West though wins it all. But I'm taking Spurs in 7. I'm taking Knicks in 7. We're gonna get some great conference finals matchups. Wembanyama's getting that conference finals MVP. Jalen Brunson's getting that conference finals MVP. And ah, game of the year for sure. But hey, until next time, until tomorrow night. When we see the Knicks win in game one. You feel me?